let us build a bridge out of all the greatness we have in common. No more jail now. No more jail now. No more jail now. No more jail.
Get back!
Scroll call before the books, before the legends.
We are living in a very unique time historically. I think this is a very critical time. I think we have a unique opportunity as a city. If you look at the current landscape, a lot of when people talk about the Chicago way and the Chicago political system, and there's just a level of cynicism and jadedness and almost a sense of resignation about the way things are. What we experience currently is the result of some certain values that have been in place in the city. And those values, unfortunately, have created a divide. They've created the inequity that we see. They have allowed, for corruption and cronyism and nepotism and all of these things that have come to characterize Chicago. And I think we can actually change that. I believe we can change that. But it takes individuals who are unafraid to challenge the status quo, individuals who are unafraid to say that there is another way, a better way, individuals who are unafraid of the system and who are willing to challenge the system, who are doing so not just as antagonists, not just because we are anti-something, but because we are pro-something. And the values that I stand for are values of integrity and leadership. We don't engage, we're not in it for ourselves, for self-aggrandizement or self-benefit. So integrity and leadership, so that we get rid of corruption. We're not engaging in the practices that have led to where we are. It means transparency in government. That means that government takes place in the light of day. It means that we don't engage in backdoor deals, that we don't do underhanded maneuverings, making decisions without including the public. I believe that the public should be involved in the decisions that will ultimately impact their lives. They should be a part of the decision-making process. And when we respect the public, we willingly include them in the process. So that transparency in government is absolutely essential. It means that I can make decisions and be transparent about them. I don't have to be afraid of people discovering what I'm doing in my position. That kind of transparency leads to accountability. So I believe in transparent government. And I believe in equity. I believe that we have to include everyone in the decisions that are impacting their lives in the communities. I believe in equity in policy. That means that I don't agree with closing 50 schools in the communities that are primarily Black and Latino. I think that's inequitable. I don't believe in not investing in certain communities, but we pool all of our investments solely downtown. So leaving areas in the south side and the west side literally untouched with a lot of the money and resources that are available to develop those communities. That's inequity, and it's wrong. A lot of times you see people say, well, who would be the candidate, who has the money and all. It's not about money. We have to show that the power of organized people is stronger than the power of organized money, and that people vote, not money, people vote. And so how do we galvanize people to operate in their own self-interest, free of fear, free of intimidation, and they're motivated by an alternative vision? I think at a policy level, all of the policies flow from the values that drive the city's leadership. So we change the political system, you automatically change the economic circumstances. That means that there's equity in terms of how we develop our communities, who gets jobs, who benefits, all of that. It means you change the educational policy. It means that we value our public schools. We don't see them as things to be blown up and start from scratch in ways that always negatively impact Black and Latino communities. It means that in housing, it means in public safety, you change the political system and every value flows into every policy area. We need people who share those core values, those principles that are also in government, because how the mayor and city council operates, it's, they have to be in tandem for us to get things done. And so for all of those reasons, that's why I'm running for mayor of Chicago in the 2015 election. I am fully committed, and this is something that I think we have an opportunity to make history. I think we can do it. I think it takes a boldness it takes a fearlessness, and it takes us running toward those challenges at full speed, and to do it because people's lives and livelihoods depend on us taking responsibility and being the leaders that the city needs so that we can actually change the city for the better.